Hi, this is a quick video on what to do when you are stuck. And the motivation behind this video is just because online learning is hard. And I will preface this video by saying it's not for everybody. And it looks like this is the first time a lot of people have taken an online course at CMU at least. So it's totally understandable that, this might not be the best fit for you, and that's okay. So, but before you decide to try to drop the class, I know that it's tempting for a lot of people to try to find resources that um, that don't actually allow you to learn, and so a lot of us would call that cheating. So basically, I'm trying to give you some ideas on what to do when you're stuck, so that way you don't feel tempted to cheat or use some dishonest resources. And so anyway, again, it's important to read up on our academic dishonesty policy as well, so you know exactly like what we mean by that. And I know that I don't think anybody actually wants to cheat on anything. I just think that people find themselves in like a difficult situation and they get stressed out and they're short on time, and but they really need to pass this class, so they just take what feels like the easiest route. But in the end, it might feel like the easiest route because it'll get you that good grade quicker right now. But I will say that in the future, these, obviously right now with COVID, there's been a lot more opportunities for people to cheat just because we're forced to use a lot more online modalities. But as COVID subsides, that's not going to be the case anymore, and so eventually you will land yourself in a situation where you don't have all these these resources that could help you just kind of like cheat through, um, and you will be in a situation where you're either in a class or maybe in your work or something, and you have to know how to do some sort of math skill, and you might run into more trouble at that point because you didn't learn it right now when when you're supposed to. So I hope that doesn't happen to anybody because there are so many good resources for you here to help you actually learn and understand the content, um, so that way when you move on, then you know how to build upon that knowledge, and so you can be as successful as possible once you leave CMU. So anyway, I'm going to take you through those options that you have for when you're stuck. You don't know what, maybe you don't understand the topic very well, and just some resources that you can use that you don't, so that way you don't have to resort to cheating. Um, so anyway, obviously, everything's in Blackboard, so hopefully you're starting there. And if you haven't already watched the Pearson video that I made, there are so many resources within Pearson that you can use. And as you're working on your homework, you can do a lot of like little mini examples as you go to help you understand the content. The e-text is very helpful as well. So if you have not watched my Pearson video yet, go and watch that. So you can see all those resources available to you in Pearson. But after you've worked in Pearson, you've watched the lecture video, you've read parts of the e-text, you print out the guided notes, you filled those out, you maybe watch some additional example videos, all that, still just not getting it for some reason. That's okay. That's that's totally normal. You don't We're not expecting you guys to be professionals and understand every single thing that's thrown at you to 100% level. So when you need help, we've got a lot of resources here on top of the ones in Pearson. So um, most of us are probably starting in the course materials. And so week one, I'm using our first section as like our guinea pig example for all these. Um, so let's say you're working on section 6.1, and here is the PowerPoint for that. So I think this PowerPoint is also available in Pearson, but oops, I think I clicked on the wrong section. There's 6.1. So here's a PowerPoint version of the e-text. I would encourage you maybe to download it as a PowerPoint presentation, because it looks like the formatting is not good when you look at it through a browser. But so there's this PowerPoint presentation if you want to read through the lesson. It's basically like the e-text, but in a slideshow version. Probably not the easiest way to learn, but that's a resource for you if you're good at retaining knowledge that way. So let's say you've done that, you used all your resources in Pearson, still not getting it. Then the Getting Help Resources tab, that is going to hopefully be a good hot spot for you to go to. And so step 1 does remind you to try to use all those options that are in Pearson. If after using all those available options you still need more help, this Math is Power for You site is a good resource to go to. And so a little overwhelming. You can look for whatever topic that you are trying to learn about. Probably in Algebra 2 is the best place to go. Algebra 1 or Algebra 2. Is there a place you can search? Gotta be a way you can search. Maybe not, but Algebra 1, Algebra 2 should be the main places where you can find all of our topics. And it looks like they are specific by like very specific topics. So these are pretty easy to understand videos. If you're having a hard time clicking with those, my next big suggestion, I'm going to put a big plug in for this, is our CMU Math Assistance Center. That's like our math tutoring center. And since this is an online class, obviously I'm not expecting you guys to come to campus to use this resource, but you should know that you can actually access our tutoring center through WebEx, and you can meet with a tutor virtually without coming to campus. And so that's what this link here is for. It'll take you, oh, well, I'll have to fix that. So it's a good thing I checked it. But your best bet is actually to go to the Math Assistance Center link here. And then you can find all the information here. And then this is the link where you can go into our WebEx room. So I'm going to do this now. At least copy the link now. But anyway, so that's how you can meet with a tutor virtually if you want to. And I will make sure to fix that link by the time this video is posted. So, and again, you don't have to pay anything to work with these tutors. Yeah, so I would definitely encourage you guys to use that. Our tutors are great too. So, and they know. These tutors are. I'm one of them. These tutors are trained specifically for classes at CMU, so we know exactly what topics you guys are going through. We know exactly how each teacher wants it taught. So really good resource for you to use. And so then this number 4 option is just telling you about all these sections below that have more YouTube videos that are organized by specific topic within each section of the textbook. So, and many of them are from this Math is Power for You site. So maybe if you're like me and I was having a hard time like finding specific videos that I wanted, it's probably better to just go down here. And all right, we're in section 6.1. I'm pretty good at deciding when a rational expression is undefined, but maybe I want some help with simplifying rational expressions. And then there are 3 videos here I can watch. So I'm hoping this is going to be another big go-to if maybe it's the weekend and the tutoring center is not open, or maybe it's late at night or whatever. So lots and lots of resources for you to use. And hopefully these are what you go to right away before you decide to hopefully you guys don't decide to cheat or do anything that would lead to some academic dishonesty. But the more you understand what you're doing now, the easier everything will be later on. Trust me. So anyway, and then the last thing you can do is the discussion board is where you can post questions and answer questions too. And there's an extra credit opportunity within there as well. So if you're stuck on something and you want some help from like people within our class specifically, including me potentially, then yeah, that's another option for you. So right, I think that's all I've got. So anyway, again, I hope. Oh, and last but not least, I'm a good resource too. So after you try all those things and it's not working very well for you, you just need to be able to meet with someone like live that can interact with you and figure out exactly what you need and stuff. I'm more than happy to meet with you. My office hours, which oops, wrong page. My office hours you can find in this Meet Your Instructor page on Blackboard. And I know my first video this wasn't working, but it is fixed now. So anyway, this is how you can get a hold of me. My email here, work phone. Not gonna lie, I'm probably not gonna answer that very much. That's just the pool office phone that I'm not always in all the time, and it's not necessarily gonna lead directly to me. But and then my office hours are listed here. If they don't work for you, I can always schedule a specific appointment with you. And my office hours are always going to be virtual. So just click this link here and we can meet virtually. If you are going to be on campus and you want to meet in person, let me know because I can probably make sure I'm in my office during those times anyway. Those are right after I have class, so I probably will still be in the building. But obviously I'm going to make sure I'm available through WebEx as well for those of you that are not going to be on campus at all. So yeah, so hopefully you utilize all those resources if you ever get stuck. And don't feel bad if you get stuck. Asking questions and asking for help is actually people consider a sign of someone who is actually very intelligent and is a sign of people who end up being more successful down the road because they aren't afraid to get the help when they need it and overcome those obstacles. So anyway, I know you guys are going to be great to work with, and I look forward to being able to talk with you guys soon.